Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Reino de las Mascaras, the Kingdom of the Masks. I am your host as always, Rey de Mascaras, and as you can see with my shirt here, First Wrestling, this past weekend was amazing. For those who may not be aware, First Wrestling last year ran the Mall of America, sold it out. I was on level 3 along with the wife, and last weekend they ran it again. They sold it out again. This time I was on the floor. And thankful for that, as the main event was an absolute magical match between Gringo Loco, Arez, Aramis, and El Hijo del Vikingo. Absolutely amazing. One of the top live experiences of my life, to say the least. Incredible match. It's up on Fight TV, $13 for the replay. More than worth it right there. So get on that. It was incredible. I watched it back last night with the wife, and it was incredible. No masks from that weekend, unfortunately. Not to get into specifics, but we weren't able to make FanFest as it was the night before on Friday. I had to work. So hopefully next year. And I know Aramis's mask was purchased by a fellow collector, where Aramis was on Sunday for West Coast Pro, so that was cool to see. So hopefully next time I can get a mask from a match like that next time. So anyways, without further ado, we're going to get into today's episode, and today's episode features not only a first-time mask for this particular luchador, a Triplemania worn mask, an entrance mask, and one of the heaviest I have on my collection as a whole. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. So a few weeks ago, perusing around eBay, and stumbled upon very cool looking mask, put a bid on it, and thankfully, the seller was patient with me because my bank was finicky, I guess. It was eBay, but because it was a Canadian purchase, it got flagged and there was a whole bunch of issues. But nobody wants to talk about that. The fact of the matter is the seller was very gracious, very patient as we went ahead and figured this out. So, super cool. But without further ado, here is the bad boy right here. So this one was worn by El Hijo Del Fantasma, better known today, I would say, by wrestling fans as Santos Escobar. So this was the mask he wore for his entrance at Triplemania 24 in 2016. And I can definitely see why this was why this was an entrance mask, because this thing is heavy. Obviously, you can see me just kind of twirling it around like nothing, but when it goes up on my head, it is something that takes me a little while to get used to. You'll see here in a moment, but just an amazing design. You've got the skull motif, which, as you've seen with my many masks, I won't shy away from that. But just the construction of it, the crown piece, and the feathers just, they flow everywhere. When I was getting this set up, actually, I was looking back at where the lacing goes, and I found that I had this almost inside out, because in getting it over the mannequin head, it was hard for me to do that because I couldn't see what I was doing with the sheer amount of feathers here. But feathers are amazing. They're very long. They really make the mask. It's super cool. It's something I really don't have any similar design of, to have it, that far down and that many pieces on the back. So I'll go ahead, I'll get this one put on and talk about it a little more. So I will be right back. And we're back. So as you can see, this one slips on pretty well. It is pretty tight. I haven't gone through and gotten the lacing done to fit my head quite yet, but as you can see, sits on there pretty good, pretty breathable. It is a little tight down here, I'm guessing if I were to put the beard up in a tie and set it off, it wouldn't constrict so tightly. But beyond that, I mean, the feathers are a nice touch. I joked with my wife, I now understand the plight of long hair. Obviously, as you've seen, I do not have hair on my head. So feeling this and feeling the weight, I can say, oh, okay, I understand now, dear. But yeah, just amazing. Just amazing. Like I said, once I get it laced up, it'll probably fit a little bit better. But I'll go ahead and switch and we'll talk more about it. And we're back. So, as you can see, it's very, very well put together, obviously. You know, very heavy. Like I said, I haven't gone through and laced it quite yet, so it sits a little bit better. And with the beard, it kind of adds a little more of a constriction factor. But just amazing. I mean, just, you know, an amazing entrance piece. Get a better shot of everything here. And then I'll be honest, I forgot about this until I took this off to put it on, but it is signed. It is signed by El Hijo Del Fantasma. It is made out to the previous owner. So Eve, if you're seeing this, hi, thank you again. But yeah, it's you know, again, it's made out to the previous owner, and then also is signed by El Hijo Del Fantasma, and then commemorated with the Triplemania 24 and the date there. So very, very cool. You know, I don't talk pricing specifically, but you know, I get for what stuff has been selling that I've seen for Fantasma / Santos. You know, prices have kind of generally gone up. If you search on eBay, if you search El Hijo Del Fantasma ring worn, you'll see some pretty hefty prices there for the masks that are for sale. So I was thankful to get this one for a pretty darn good price. Again, I don't go over specifics as far as pricing. You know, you can probably look it up on eBay and find it. You know, if that's your prerogative, go ahead. But again, you know, unless it's something with, like, say, Republic of Lucha, something like that, where the pricing is published, I'm not going to get into specifics. So anyway, just an amazing mask. It is one of the few here that I have that I actually have to set on my shelf. It is on the top shelf, but I have to set this in a certain manner, or else it doesn't like to stand very well. The feathers really do weigh it down, but just an amazing piece. This one's definitely going on the top 10 video that I'm going to do at the end of the year that highlights all the masks that, I shouldn't say all the masks, but the top, you know, the top 10 masks that I got this year. So, and as it stands right now, the list is actually already in place. So anything more that comes up is going to be, it's going to be an interesting video for me, because, like I said, the list is already pretty much set. So any more masks that I do get, I'm going to have to make decisions on what stays on the list and what goes. So it'll be a fun video here at the end of the year. I'm looking forward to that. I've got number of opportunities, well, I shouldn't say number of opportunities, but I've got an opportunity next month to get at least one, if not two, new masks. I haven't figured out if that's what I'm going to do yet. Probably going to happen. We know me. I'm not even going to kid around. It's probably going to happen. And I'm probably going to be ecstatic about that. So stay tuned for that. And that's going to conclude today's episode. Thank you all for joining. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. It's the only way I can take requests, if you know what I mean. So you can find me here. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. So with that said, everybody have a great week. We'll catch you next week. And as always, live, laugh, love, and Lucha Libre. We'll see you next time.